Alright, so here we have the solution to problem number 6 on the second practice test for derivatives. So let's go ahead and get started taking the derivative. So to take the derivative here, you can see, well, we're going to need to use the quotient rule. And remember, the quotient rule is the derivative of the numerator times the denominator minus the derivative of the denominator times the numerator, and that's all over the denominator squared. Alright, so let's get started on it. So I have f prime of x is equal to, so the derivative of the numerator. So we have to use the chain rule here. So I bring the 5 down times 2 minus 3x squared and subtract 1 from the exponent times the derivative of what's inside the parentheses. Okay, so that's minus 6x. Don't forget that when you're doing the chain rule, you bring the exponent down, subtract 1, and then you have to multiply by the derivative of what's inside the parentheses. So this is the derivative of the numerator, and then times the denominator, okay, minus the derivative of the denominator, which the derivative of 7x is just 7, and then times the numerator. Okay, and then this is all over the denominator squared. So I get f prime of x is equal to, alright, so let's see what we can do here. Well, we can factor some stuff out. See here, we can factor a 7 out, and then we can also factor out, you see the 2 minus 3x squared and the 2 minus 3x squared? Well, this is to the fourth, this is to the fifth, so we can factor out 2 minus 3x squared to the fourth. It's kind of like having an x to the fourth and an x to the fifth. If you factor out the greatest common factor, that would be an x to the fourth. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. Alright, and it looks like that's all we can factor out. So we factor out the 7, and we factor out the 2 minus 3x squared to the fourth, and that is going to leave us with, let's see, that's gone, the 7's gone, so that's actually going to be negative 30x squared. Okay, 5 times negative 6x is negative 30x squared times this x. Okay, so this times this is negative 30x times the x is negative 30x squared. Alright, and then that is going to be minus, and we factored out a 2 minus 3x squared to the fourth, so that's going to make this an exponent of 1, and the 7 also came out. But remember, this needs to be in parentheses. Okay, make sure you have that in parentheses. Alright, so let's see what we get from this. Alright, so, whoop, and I've got to put over, well, let's go ahead and multiply that out. 49x squared when we square the 7x. So f prime of x is equal to 7 times 2 minus 3x squared to the fourth times, and then that's negative 30x squared minus 2 plus 3x squared, and that's over 49x squared. Alright, so now I get f prime of x is equal to, well, and I could have done this in the last step, but I didn't. We can cancel out the 7. 7 goes into 7 once, 49 7 times. And so that's going to leave me with 2 minus 3x squared to the fourth times, and then I combine like terms, that's going to be negative 27x squared minus 2, and that's all over 7x squared. Alright, so I hope that helped. Give me a like and subscribe. Check out the videos for the other solutions if you need to, and the practice tests are on my website. There's a link in the description to all of those. Thanks for watching.